Hello everyone, my name is Jasmo, and today we are upcycling some really old jewelry. I've already de-strung this piece, as I did the previous one, and what's going on is that I'm taking jewelry from my childhood and making it into a new piece I can wear it as an adult. And the reason why is because I've carried these pieces with me since I was like 5, and whether or not they're plastic, I really like them and I want to keep them around. This is what I made last week. I actually got a full, huge necklace out of this and a bracelet. And I even got to use the original metal clasp that this came with. Now, both of these necklaces were on just strings. And, you know, 20 plus years later, they were very yellowed, very brittle, very on the verge. If you tug on them too hard, it'll snap and spill your beads all over. So I want to reclaim these pieces so I can wear them again. Now, the pink one, I'm gonna wear just for funsies when we're kind of out on a very casual day, and probably even this one as well, but still, I'm gonna wear them again. Even though I kind of stopped wearing jewelry anyways, we're using 20 gauge wire for this guy because the beads are way, way tiny. I haven't spilled them yet, thankfully. They're really tiny. This gauge will fit all of the beads as far as I know. And yes, these are also plastic because 25 years ago, or I don't know when, because I'm pretty sure my mom got me these necklaces, you really only got nice jewelry passed down from you, heirloom style. So in order to have my own jewelry, we got, you know, kiddie jewelry, obviously. What anyone would probably get their kid, you know, plastic beads, rubber band thingamajigs, so they can have something of their own. And I don't know how many more pieces I have, but these two were the most important to me by far, because I just fondly remember these objects, not even like the details or events around them. I just fondly remember these objects as like, ooh, they're pretty. I wore them for my Sunday best. That's why, because when I was little, we used to go to church. Yep, we used to go to a Lutheran church back in the other city we used to live in. And we actually did. We dressed up our absolute Sunday best. Nice dresses, nice jewelry. Basically, mom, brothers, and me. Dad usually stayed home. Don't know why, but that's totally fine. That was a long, long time ago, and we're gonna get into this. I still have the original claspy thing that this came with, and the little ends that they tucked the strings into. I don't know if I'm gonna need these, but there's little tiny, the marriage part to the crab claw, so we'll probably pry that off and use that. Okay, now the fun part begins. Not spilling these while I find out how much wire they're gonna take. Now I have a giant wheel of this. Now I'm gonna snip off a decent length, My last necklace took like 3 feet of wire. 3 whole feet of wire. There we go. I'm gonna try really hard not to spill things everywhere. We got our handy dandy ruler. Yep. I might move to the millimeter centimeter side actually, because these are so tiny. So tiny. Okay, I need to get low. I usually sit or stand. Oh, depending. God, these are so small. Okay, usually these need a 1/4 inch on either side. Which would be how many? A little... Okay. Little over 1/2 centimeter. That'll be fun. I always choose the tiny beads in my bare paw hands. I need to stop doing that for ease of use. Oh, I'm having a much better day today, which is really nice. Let's Just go with like 2 centimeters and see what happens. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. Actually, let me straighten this puppy here. My god. Yoink. There we go. That's a little better. Hang that off the edge. Measure our 2 centimeters. Where's our clippy? Clippy doos. Oh my god, Blaine is hosting me. What? What? Thank you, Blaine. Much appreciated. How did I not get a notification on that? Oh, oh, oh. Why are you stay over yonder? Okay, things. Things and such, and do you use the big side or the small side? Let's use the big side. Oh. Come here, you. There we go. Make a little eye loop. Like so. This is huge. This is far too huge. That's okay. We can trim this. The eye loop is as large as the bead. Oh dear. Okay, now we need to figure out how much to cut off. We need... Actually, we need about a 1/4 inch. I don't need to eyeball it. Okay. About there. Alright, hold both sides so that one part doesn't go flying off. There we go. Little scrap piece. Grab that and twist it over. Oh, no, don't twist that way. Twist that way. Hey, nice. Okay. Our little flat dudes and flatten, flatten. There we go. Make sure these are, perpendicular. Yes, yes. I think we did it. Oh, I think we did it. Yes, we did. Now, how many more of those is the question. We actually need to find the length. Our absolute length, so we can just clip out a whole bunch of these at once. So 2 centimeters was a little much. It was a little much, so how much did we cut off? Where did that little piece go? There we go. We cut off about half a centimeter, so 1.5 centimeters should be about the perfect length. Let's try that. Right. There's okay. Clippity clip, clip. Try not to get the finger. There we go. Make sure this is actually... It's a little bit over. It's like 2 little hash marks over. That's okay. The only problem about clipping large pieces of wire off of the whole string is that it's difficult to manage. Make sure we're on our fat side of the pliers. My pliers are kind of wonky. I have a slightly thicker end and a slightly thinner end. So when I say the fat side, I literally mean the larger side of the pliers. There we go. Pick up another tiny, tiny bead. Don't drop it. Don't flip it anywhere. There we go. Might have some excess. Oh. Or we might not. Hurt. Ah. Almost. You can do it, little dude. I believe. I think that did it. That looks like that did it. It's so tiny. Yeah. Make sure those are nice and perpendicular to one another. Okay. Okay, 1.5 centimeters is reasonable. Let's count. Let's count how many little beads we have, shall we? Shove everybody over to one side. This is gonna be a lot. Oh dear. 2. Here's the fun part. Oh god, no. No, hold still. Hold still. It's 11. Oh dear. No, where'd you go? 14. 20. Oh my god, that's so many. Oh my god. Seven. 47, which means there's 49 of these total. That's an odd number. Well, then again, one of them probably does need to be an odd number if these are an even number. Good lord. How many do we have of these? It's 20. 30. Ah, shoot. Don't know if I dragged another one over or not. There might be 40 some odd beads, so we need 47 more of these. I might need to check. Actually, no, I don't have the pictures on my phone anymore. Damn. Because I took pictures of these before I started, but they're not on my phone because we got new phones recently. Thanks to dropping one and shattering it. Fun times. So we saved all of our pictures to our computers. Because we didn't, like, go to a place to get our stuff transferred. We just went and got a new SIM card. Okay. Here we go on the longest journey ever. We need 47 of these buggers. There's one. Let the storytelling begin, although I don't really have any stories, and I don't want to miscount either. Let's see. This morning went over to my mom's for our usual workout routine, and then she let me go shopping in her garden. Her garden is actually producing stuff. She did the Three Sisters method for corn, squash, and a certain type of bean, and there were beans that were ready to pick, and the weird thing about them is that they're dark purple. They're like the color of an eggplant, except they're still like, you know, a normal green bean, but purple. She gave me enough purple beans, wax beans, which are just a yellow version of a green bean, summer squash, and carrots to make dinner tonight. Because I already had a zucchini, and just throw some rice on the steamer. 40 more to go. Throw some rice on the steamer. Saute everything up with some garlic and ginger, and my god, it's amazing. It's gonna be amazing. Yeah, the Three Sisters method is an old school method, and my mom tried to do it one time but I think she just ended up planting corn, and then the corn didn't do so well. But now the corn is like taller than both of us. We're like 5'4", has actual corn growing on it, and all the beans and squash are growing below, and the beans are getting, slowly ready to be harvested. It's crazy. And hello, Blaine. Good evening. Highly enjoyed your reading this morning for me. Oh god, counting. It's 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10. I'm gonna be doing this for a while. Oh god, no, clip. There we go. Yeah, today, I was gonna say, today is the first year. No, this year is the first year my mom's actually been able to work in her garden for like the last 5 to 10 years, because she had bad hips, like super bad arthritis in her hips, and 2 years ago she got both of them replaced. And her yard is finally looking amazing again, because that's all she's been doing. She's a teacher, so she has the summer off, and that's pretty much all she's been doing this summer, is just fixing up the backyard while Dad still works. Oh, I just stabbed myself. That was sharp. Didn't break skin. Unlike the last time, I actually clawed out a piece of my thumb for the last piece that I made on accident. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, maybe 12, 14, 15. Now, Blaine, do you do that sort of reading like all the time, or is that like the current story that you have available to read? Because that actually really helps my mornings go a bit smoother. I've actually been trying to find someone who streams that early in the morning and is that lively for a while now. I think that's 17. Hopefully 19. I may pause here and just put some beads together so I don't have my brain go numb with just clip, 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 clip. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Line these puppies up. Make sure everyone's relatively the same length. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Oh, you do custom stories 4 times a week. Oh, cool. You're gonna have to link me to your thingamajig, or if it's on your Twitch, I will see it tomorrow morning. What are we doing? There we go. Okay. Get everything else out of the way. Get these over mill. Get these guys over here. Tiny. I almost ran out of room on that one. Now we'll go big. We'll go big. There we go. Oh dear. Oh god. Oh no. No, 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 no. Okay. I did not lose anyone. Oh god, I hate that. It always happens. It's alright. I did not lose anyone that I know of. God, they went everywhere. Oh, nice. It's just blainearcade.com. Awesome. Yeah, it's a tiny disaster when that happens, but more so with these beads, because these beads are childhood beads. These are from my childhood when I was a very little person. Small person, short person, whatever. Young. And so I cherish these beads, so if I lose these beads, it's like a nightmare. There we go. It's like the worst thing that could ever happen. But it's not. It's not. I'll eventually either find them again or make a shorter piece. Make a shorter piece of jewelry. Can't freak out too hard about it. Go. Now I'm afraid to stick my hand in here. There we go. Oh, don't get stuck. I'll use a small side. See if that works better. It should. And it does. Very nice. Kind of. Nah. There we go. Kind of. Ooh, that one got all sorts of tweaked. Little corkscrew. There we go. Dang it, this is gonna take forever. But that's okay, I actually had the time to spare today. I'm gonna do the small side and see what happens. Oh dear, tiny beads, please do not run away from me. Am I on the tiny side? I am on the tiny side, okay. There we go. Kind of. Almost had it. Get in there, tuck in there. There we go. Nice. Okay. Straighten that. Make sure they're actually straight. Okay, that's like bead number 5. Do. Oh my. There's a topic that I want to talk about, but I really don't want to start anything because my knowledge is so lacking about it. Because I choose to have it be lacking, but that's probably not the greatest idea to have it be lacking because it's about, you know, current events and whatnot. And I want to talk about it, but I'm so naive. So naive. I wouldn't be able to make any, and I don't want to have arguments or even like debates about it, and it's not like, if you think differently, leave. No, I just don't know how to handle it. I'd like to, but it's probably safer not to, so we'll stay away from that. Just a little bit, there we go. What is there? What can we speak about? Not, well, there's plenty to speak about. I just can't think of anything. Since, you know, I'm making jewelry and it's not that taxing on the brain, I can actually talk about something entirely different. Like how I'm actually going to try and paint another poppy on Thursday. I figured out a method for drawing a poppy. Now I can see if it will apply to painting one. I'm hoping it will. I'm thinking of just taking a tiny canvas, small canvas, you know, probably no bigger than what you can see on the screen. And quite literally just painting a single poppy. I don't know if I'm going to paint a background on it first. If I probably should to give it a little bit of context. Or I'll just paint a poppy on it and I'll just fill it up full of poppies because it's kind of like a study, kind of like what I did last Thursday. Except last Thursday was digital instead of traditional, and that was just to get me comfortable with it. Bend, there we go. So yeah, that's Thursday's stream. Tomorrow, we're probably going to be coloring Storm, an Asgardian style Storm. I can't remember who the original artist is. Let's find out if it's who I think it is. It's gotta be from one of the regular people I color from. Oh yeah, it's DevGear. Okay. I color DevGear's lines all the time. It's an interesting painting once. Nice. Weird. A painting called Family Portrait. It had a poppy seed bagel, but all the seeds had stalks and blossoms sticking out of the bread. That definitely counts as a family portrait, though. That's really cool. I found out yesterday, for certain plants, you can actually grow them out of potatoes. This one, I don't know why I came across this on YouTube, but this one guy took a little shoot from his lemon tree, just a little, I think they called it, it's not a sapper, it's just a leaf that's growing off of the actual tree trunk. And he just took it off, trimmed it up, drilled a hole into a potato, put some honey in the hole, dipped the end of the leaf stalk in some cinnamon, and stuck it in the potato. And it's growing. That's amazing. The weird things that work. Oh dear. There we go. Close. Very nice. Okay. As for paintings, what good paintings have we seen lately? Leonid. I'm probably mispronouncing his name a whole bunch, but I love this dude's paintings. They are super colorful, and he paints entirely with a palette knife. Leonid Afremov. And I'm totally gonna link him. I super enjoy his paintings. Just because they're really bright, really colorful, and he churns them out like nobody's business. Just constantly. Oh dear. I just kicked my recycling box under my thing. That's alright. That's interesting. Oh, plain. That's awesome. Had a onion in the pantry too long and it started to sprout, so they took it and planted it, and now refer to it as our sunnion. Nice. Yeah, Leonid is also on Facebook, and he actually, I think he live streams on a somewhat regular basis on Facebook. And you can also take lessons, some pretty inexpensive lessons, and his paintings are actually also pretty inexpensive in the art world too, which is kind of nice. I've been waiting for the right one to come along so I can nab it, because I love it when he uses purples, maroons and purples, basically when he mixes red and blue together, and any variety of those two things, because he ends up using them in a very nice, subtle, gentle way. I think he's been doing that more lately, or I've just been noticing it more lately, because I do enjoy purple. You know what I'm not wearing? My piece of advertisement. Actually, I have several. And by piece of advertisement, I just mean a piece of jewelry that I've made. Yoink. Because I do have an Etsy that has these wonderful puppies up there, because I make bracelets a lot. Because I have just a ton of beads, so I usually end up making the same type of bracelet all the time. Oh, the rest are hanging, and they're out of my reach. Except... oh, let me just dump that all over there. This one I really like. It's not as flexible as I would like it to be. Let me see if I can hurt. It's not as flexible as I'd like it to be, but I did... oh, Christ. I did dig the color on it. There we go. Nice purple and silver weave. I really enjoy this type of bracelet. Adding the little beads in there, though, really stiffened it up. It's still pretty flexible, but it's not as flowy as I would like it to be. Oh, and that's because one of these is actually... Oh, there we go. There we go. Back to it. I love that purple. It's actually these. Of course, the sunlight is not going to cooperate, or is it? Probably not. Anyways, I still have a ton of these. I just, knock everything around. Just have a ton of beads in general. The goal is to use everything I have currently before I buy anything new. The only exception to that rule is the wire. Because I kind of need the wire to make the actual bracelets. I enjoy making bracelets with wire better than like with actual string or even the flexi band, because these wire pieces are more durable. They're also easier to fix if they break. Much easier to fix if they break, and they're also very simple to adjust the length on. You either add more beads or you take beads away. You don't have to cut anything out. I really enjoy it. Because I'm like a really clumsy person. I hit my wrists on doorknobs. I carve, you know, pieces of my thumb out on accident. So it's nice to have a piece of jewelry I know won't break because I'm wearing it, and if it does, it will be easy to repair. There we go. I just need to I need to expand a little bit on how, not really how complicated these are, but just like instead of just making an eye loop and putting a bead on and making another eye loop, would like to get a little fancier. I did on a couple of things where I wrapped the wire around the bead. I think that one's on my Etsy. But those are nice. Those are fun too. Those add a little bit of extra flair. Are you closed? There we go. There we go. And I'm actually still using kind of amateur materials. There you go, amateur materials. So what I'm using right now is a tinned plated copper wire, which it's copper wire that's plated in tin, or sometimes silver, but I don't know if that's actual silver or if it's just more tin. Or nickel, or to some degree. And that's like the most inexpensive stuff you can find, and I guess the only difference between this and like a sterling silver wire is just the quality of metal between the two. I have no idea about the durability. Don't corkscrew. There we go. No clue about the durability. But I'm okay with these amateur materials because they've allowed me to get hundreds of hours of practice. And I do. I have over 100 hours of practice just making bracelets and various pieces of jewelry. And it's been great. I can't wait to get my hands on the higher quality material. Not because it is more expensive and would sell more as a piece, just to kind of see what it's like. Buy a small portion of the good stuff, because when you've been practicing with the crappy stuff, when you get your hands on the good stuff, it feels so much better. In other mediums, at least. I do know that, like, going from elementary school paintbrushes and watercolor to, like, even the middle end paintbrushes and watercolor, there are huge differences. Paint is a different consistency, the brushes have different sorts of bristles and different amounts of bristles. It's incredible what the difference is. I'm just wondering if it's the same for these guys. For these bracelet metal thingamajigs here. Oh, that is awesome, Blaine. Blaine used to make and sell fancy living moss terrariums and put them in very tiny bottles to put on necklaces. That is awesome. Oh, come here. I love terrariums. Hurt. What I and it's not just like terrariums, but micro environments. Those are absolutely fascinating. So like the little tiny necklace terrariums, even in art, just looking at a micro environment that was made, for some reason just tickles my fancy. I think it's because it's a miniature of the actual environment, and I love miniature things. Oh, ginger beer for the win. So good. Did I? Yeah, I did. Okay, never mind. Close that, dude. It doesn't even feel like I've made progress, but I have. There's so many of these. It's probably... I have so many small beads, probably because I like miniature things, which is all well and good, except for my poor little thumbnail here. Oh, shoot. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, God, no. Oh, dear. Poor little thumbnail gets just a little tiny bit chewed up. I can't really see it, but... it recovers, though, every week just fine. What did I do? What happened here? Can we salvage you? We might not be able to salvage you without chewing you up a little. Dang, man. Okay. Come here. Come here. Okay. Redo. Redo. I just kind of crushed the wire on this one. There we go. Absolutely crushed it. Hand slipped. That's okay. There we go. Ooh. Ooh. You have a deviant art. Oh my god. Yes, please. Excuse me. Oh, I did not. Oh, hang on. I did not realize my ginger beer drinking tendencies would have consequences. I guess I'll be a manly man today. That is so cute and adorable. What are the dimensions on that? This reed diffuser terrarium. Holy good Lord. Is that... No, that is? Okay. And watch. I don't watch it. I don't have a writer's list on my thingy. Oh well. Well, back to work. Oof. After I check this out. Oh, it's so tiny. Tiny things are best things. Even miniature, like pygmy animals. Oh my. Microenvironments, tiny animals. Adorable. I just stabbed myself again. That's okay. It's all for something I love. I'm willing to make that sacrifice. Oh, jeez. Hey, this one worked much better. Super nostalgia. I'm gonna fix this. Hang on. There we go. Didn't think I'd wreck my thumbnail so hard today. I'm using a softer wire, well, not a softer wire, just a smaller gauge than last week, too. Except I didn't have to use my thumbnail to bend it, so... There you go. That'd be why. Okay. Oh man, we're running out of little clippings. Ooh, that is sharp. I did not take the time to file down the ends of these wires because I don't need to. Because they fold in on themselves, but if I was doing a commission piece for someone else, I would definitely file down the ends to get rid of those sharp edges, even though you'd never really feel them. It's just an extra precaution. There we go. Much better. Much, much better. You gotta whisper to it, otherwise it won't work. Also gotta not stick your arm on the pliers. There we go. How is everyone doing today? I have not said thank you guys for popping in and watching today. It's my bad. I really appreciate you taking the time. Stop in, say hello, hang out with me. Really, really do appreciate it. Let me just repeat that over and over again. Just recently have been saying that, actually, like I think starting last week. Trying to be more positive, more thankful, grateful, that sort of thing, and actually express it out loud. 'Cause I never do, because I do feel grateful every day that anyone pops in, either for lurking or whatever. It's always nice to have some background noise or a buddy hanging around. It's even better when someone says it. Oh, speaking of someone saying thank you, I'm gonna try not to cry for some reason. Last night I made dinner and hubby came home. Jim came home. Jim is my husband, for those that don't know. Jim came home and literally said, "Dinner looks amazing. I appreciate that." I'm just like, oh. And then he did the dishes after dinner and that made me almost cry even more. Oh, 'cause I've been really fighting with cooking lately, or the want to cook lately. Like the last week and a half or so. It's like every time I cook, I make a mess, and I really don't like cleaning the kitchen or stuff like that because it piles up very, very quickly. Because I cook breakfast, and literally cook breakfast in a pot on the stove, which is oats, usually, of varying different flavors. This week we're doing cinnamon raisin. So I cook breakfast, and we thankfully got back into the routine of making enough dinner to have leftovers for lunch the next day. Instead of, like, also cooking lunch, because I am a stay-at-home creative person. And then cooking dinner on top of that. That was getting to be demoralizing, with just, like, how quickly dishes piled up from, like, cooking. Even 2 times a day is... ugh. It can be exhausting, and I don't even have any other people living with us. Just, like, but I'm usually the one in charge of the grocery list, and the meal planning, basically. What are we gonna have for this week? And it can get overwhelming for some bizarre reason. Oh, yes, Blaine. And I feel you on that one, too. Yep. That's kind of how Jim was before we met, because he was... we met in college. Oh, so long ago, like 11 years ago. And while he did have frozen pizzas, he also had like a bag of salad with it, so there was at least that. But he thankfully does know how to cook. And we have a ton of recipes, but yeah. Just from like how exhausting work is, mentally exhausting work is, and then he does karate on top of that in the neighboring city that's like a 20-minute drive away twice a week. I need to count how many of these I need. Oh god, not again. Yeah, like, on the days that I absolutely do not feel like cooking, those are the days I dread. Because yeah, we're just like, Papa Murphy's Pizza, please. Or, we walk over and get the veggie sushi, which is just rice and vegetables from the grocery store, because it's like a 3-minute walk from our door. It's the healthiest option we can get. That fits our current eating style. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Evan, oh god. Come here. God, Jesus, it's 14 already. $22. 28. We need 28 more. There we go. There we go. What did I say, 28? I said 28. We'll go with 28. I have totally lost my train of thought now. Numbers and words don't mix. They absolutely do not mix. Just 1.5 little guys. Centimeters. Come here. There we go. How has been doing all the cooking going lately? How do you like cooking? And what do you cook? You said you made a stew for tonight. Ah, what kind? Oh, that's stabbed. That's okay. We're good. Seven. We're a quarter there. Ooh, braised steak and mushroom. That sounds amazing. Oh my god. There we go. Here's 13. One more. One more will be halfway. There we go, and that's, well, I'm gonna stop halfway right there. Oh man, Jim and I do love food. I wouldn't consider us foodies, but that's why this last week where I haven't really wanted to cook has been really disappointing, because I actually do like to cook. I do like to make food. It's just been like a harrowing, stressful journey the last week or so, but it's getting better, and that, I will leave it there. And that's my first little break alarm. So I'm gonna get up, stretch, all that good stuff, and I will meet you back here in about 3 minutes. Alright, we're back, and yep, there's the crab. There's a crab. I'm working on different screens, actually. Oh, for the Twitch-ness things, for live streaming. Trying to see, I kind of scouted out a couple of other people and what they've been doing, and yeah, because I make my own, which are totally not imaginative at all, because they were very, very simple. They're photos that we've taken, so I just stick a be right back over it, animate it a little bit so it's not just a static image. I only recently put on the little slideshow thingy to show previous works, but I need to put like social media on there, you know, start treating Twitch more like, what's a good way to put it? It's not treating Twitch more like a job, but, treating myself, like treating the platform more like a storefront, kind of, but not, it's not really a storefront because I'm not specifically selling anything. Because, you know, you made a good statement yesterday, your currency is inspiration. I'd be totally fine with that. But I guess more information-based is probably what I'm shooting for here. Words escape me most of the time. Except for when I'm writing. Go figure. Go. Go. Hurt. And for anyone out there, you probably don't know this, I am open for trades. Creative trades is just part of what I would like to do, to have in my repertoire. And that trades means, quite literally, I make something for you, you make something for me, and that is it. And I'm currently doing, I just finished one this morning actually, and it was an art piece, and I'm working on another one of 2 pygmy goats, which I have no experience drawing, but I will trade art for writing, writing for writing, art for art, crafting for crafting, whatever. Whatever someone wants to do that, if anyone is interested. There we go. Jesus. Thumbnail destroyed. That's alright. I'll probably keep saying that because I'm just surprised at how bad it is this time. Come here, you. Come here. There. There we go. And that's with any skill level person. That trade applies to any skill level of anyone. Whether you picked up a pencil or writing or composing yesterday. Does not matter to me. Oh, nice. Trade a story for your first emote? That's awesome. Trading is a good way to build acquaintances, colleagues, friends, just because you're kind of pseudo-collaborating. And people always feel good when they are able to make progress of some kind. And it opens up opportunities for some people that they thought they may never get. Like, making an emote for someone. And getting something in return. That's the thing, is like, you're still getting something in return, it's just not currency. There we go. I need to find a tool to help save this. Because I don't think I can do this 20 more times. Plus all the other little heartbeats. I hope that fits. Oh, don't. There we go. There we go. Oop. God damn, that's a lot of beads. What were there? 49 total? Ooh. I was talking about food before I left. I don't remember why. Other than, I think the point I was trying to get at, it's really demoralizing when you start hating something you love, or used to love, or you want to still love it, but you hate it currently. Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, seasonal grocery shopping is the bomb. Yeah, you have peaches over there in Germany. Where I live, there's a small town just north of us that has cherry orchards. And oh my god, the cherries have been amazing. Urgh. Come here, there we go. Yeah. Oh man. I almost wish you could ship some peaches my way. They are our favorite, absolute favorite. Around here, they're not very sweet. Unless you let them sit until they're almost like rotting on your counter. They're not very sweet. They're super tart. And sometimes just rock hard. It's been very disappointing. Come here, little dudes. Yeah. Yeah. That's the awful trade-off, is if you do buy seasonal stuff, it turns very quickly. You almost have to do daily shopping. Yeah. Oh, how do I do this without murdering my finger? Can we do it this way? Come here. Can we do it this way? No? Damn it. Sort of. Yeah, that's still the same here. Jim and I buy, like, all fresh groceries. And not all fresh groceries. We buy enough produce to try and get us through the week, but I've been finding out that we may not be able to do that anymore because stuff does go bad so quickly. Oh, dang. Yeah, because everything, that's the other reason why I've been really not liking cooking lately, is like last week was horrible because one of our recipes just flopped, and it was totally my fault that it did because I used dried sage instead of fresh sage and then way too much of it. So it was kind of inedible, but like half of our vegetables in our pantry just went poof. Turned into little balls of slime, and that was like half of the week's food that we had planned, or half of the ingredients for half of the week's food that we had planned, and it was just so disappointing because it's like, we bought this 2 days ago. How could you? You just feel a little bit of a betrayal. How could you? And so we still buy fresh produce. I'm just taking a little bit of break of buying so much. So we have like some canned goods, some frozen goods. As much as I would love to just eat fresh and only fresh. Now, I did mention we have a grocery store that's 3 minutes from our doorstep. It is one of the more expensive ones in town, and the one that we usually grocery shop at is the least expensive in town. And we did run the numbers. Even with driving, it is less expensive to go over to the cheap store, or the inexpensive store, rather than walking over to this other place. Which is sad. There we go. So we're kind of stuck in a conundrum. It's like, do you pay more or a little bit more each day if you want to go get your fresh groceries for dinner that day, or do you want to pay less and have the chance that something might not make it? right now our freezer is pretty much dedicated to frozen fruit and ginger. Fresh ginger root, frozen. Prepped and frozen. There we go. That's crazy, you can barely get bi-weekly over there. I was about to say something really stupid and probably mildly offensive. Oh dear. Oh dear. Thumbnail. You will be missed. Okay, it probably wasn't offensive. Obviously, you guys have modern amenities, refrigerators, whatnot, so you can buy meat. It will last a few days. Hopefully. Or, you know, you freeze it. I never think to freeze any vegetables that we get. Not without, like, super prepping them beforehand. Like, chopping them up. But I've found that that actually doesn't, like, it's a good idea, but it changes the structure of the vegetables. Like, if you chop up your peppers and your onions, you have just a bell pepper and an onion, and you freeze it, when you cook it again, it loses its structural integrity because when ice forms, it forms a whole bunch of little tiny spikes and everything, and it just, like, macerates everything. So it's, like, super mushy. You can't even get, like, any... Yeah. Even if you cook a normal fresh bell pepper and onion, just cook the ever-living shit out of it, it still has a better texture than frozen. At least in my opinion. That's only my opinion. Like, other people may not care at all, and that's fine. Yeah. Oh, man. Who knew that your dad works for the Pick Sweet frozen vegetables? Now, there are frozen vegetables I will totally eat, and that's pretty much broccoli, carrots, spinach, frozen spinach. We actually had that yesterday in our fatiers. That I made into a pizza today because I didn't feel like making little pouches. But yeah, there are some vegetables frozen are totally just fine, but like the peppers and onions is the best example, and we eat a lot of peppers and onions, at least 2 to 3 times a week, because they're more familiar and they take minimal effort to actually cook, because we don't like the smell of broccoli or spinach when it cooks, or even cauliflower. Carrots are fine. Rather eat those crispy fresh, though. Ooh, microwavable edamame. I've not had edamame. I've been kind of wary to, because aren't edamame just soybeans? Just like the whole bean? Please correct me if I'm wrong. But if that's true, and they are like from the soy plant or whatever, I'm like deathly afraid of them, because anytime I tried to have soy at home, like even tofu, I tried to cook with tofu one time, I nearly went to the hospital because the bloating was so bad in my tummy. Just like an hour after I ate, it felt like my spine was gonna blow out my back. So I've been really wary ever since then. Oh, so you eat them kind of like peas, usually with a lot of salt. Yeah. I don't know if eating them fresh would be different than eating it from, like, say, a tofu or the not as processed version of them. Yeah. And I never knew I had, I guess it's not a confirmed allergy, but it's like a micro-confirmed allergy. It scared the bejesus out of me, like, twice. Jim and I changed our eating habits to phase out animal products, and so we're like, oh, let's try, you know, tofu to replace the main protein part of our meal, and I tried that for like a week. Not that we had had it every day, but for like 3 days in a row, when I tried to cook tofu, it just murdered me later, and was a little bit terrifying. So I absolutely avoid all tofu, except for one restaurant, surprisingly. One restaurant doesn't even faze me that we get pad thai with tofu, and it's totally fine. So I'm wondering if I cooked it differently, it would change. But I don't even want to chance it these days because we're doing plenty fine without tofu. Blaine, what kind of mushrooms do you guys have over there? Do you have like the normal like button mushrooms and morels, and I don't know what locally grows over there. That's what I'm curious about. Is what are local mushrooms? If there are any, of course there are. There's got to be some. Because for the longest time, I absolutely disliked mushrooms because they had a weird texture when they're cooked, and they kind of had a weird smell. But certain mushrooms just are super earthy and savory and oh so delicious. They make my eyes water just thinking about it. And drool. Yep. Oop. Just clip off a little bit more. Yep. And if anyone's curious as to why we changed our eating habits, it was for health reasons, not really environmental reasons. That was just kind of a plus side. But it's mainly health reasons. Doc said my LDL levels, my blood were a little bit high, and cholesterol was a little bit high, and blood pressure was a little bit high, and he was like, I'll let you look up how to fix that. And I was like, alright. Can do, boss. If it means I don't have to eventually take blood pressure medication, I'll do it. You know, like... So we just, I'm trying to avoid saying the word, and I don't know why. I think because a whole bunch of assumptions are attached to it. Because I was totally excited about the change, mainly because I got to do a lot of research to figure out how the hell to eat food again. But yeah. Just white or brown for stews, yeah. Oh god. How many do we got here? We got 4. And we have 14 more. Alright, so 10 more of those. Yeah. We've actually went just full-on vegan. No dairy at all, no meat or byproducts. Still trying to work on that one stick of butter we have left at our... Because we started being this way. We changed our eating habits in February of this year. So instead of like just cold turkey throwing everything out of our fridge, I decided to like slowly phase everything out and then just not buy it again. Like butter. We still have a stick of butter that we try to get through. It's been really weird. And I'll tell you a scary story is that I wasn't being very mindful of what we were cooking. Like this past 4 to 6 weeks. Because I found like just a handful of recipes that were really awesome. I'm like, I'm just gonna rotate these in and out. They should be covering everything, but they didn't. They did not cover all the nutritional basis we needed, and I was getting migraines every once in a while, like super bad on one side. You know, light sensitive, you just want to like shut the world out and everything. It's because I had okay, this is not doctor confirmed or anything, but Jim and I were talking about like what have we been eating, because it's probably our diet, because that's the thing that has changed the most. What have we been eating or not eating in these last few, what did we change? And in these last 4 to 6 weeks of our 7th month journey so far, we had cut out pretty much broccoli and spinach and anything else that gave us iron and magnesium, because we don't even eat processed bread, or like the highest processed thing we get is like canned beans and frozen vegetables. And we stopped getting broccoli and spinach because we were getting them fresh and they kind of don't smell that great when you cook them. Guess what we're doing now? We're getting frozen broccoli and spinach so we can eat them, as well as take a multivitamin that actually has everything in it. Iron, magnesium, zinc, all the good stuff that you need. And yeah, because I had a migraine this weekend, really bad. And I took like just the supplement. A few hours later, I was fine. Because the migraine medicine didn't do jack. Absolute jack. 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, 2 more. Oh, jeez. Oh, my. All the butter. Paula Deen size butter. I don't know if I can... Can you mention Paula Deen again? After that debacle she had so long ago? Butter Queen. That's pretty much all I remember is Butter Queen. We used to watch Food Network a lot when we had cable. That's pretty much how we learned how to cook, was through Food Network. Because Jim is amazing at making sauces. There you go. I wanted to say Jim and sauces at the same time. He was amazing at making drinks and sauces and actually just cooking in general. Yeah. Think she's still on the outs? Okay. Okay. We won't mention that one again. Yep. Because I only have Twitter for my news source these days, and it's really one-sided. It's like super one-sided, just based off of the people I follow. It's either art or politics. Like, literally, it's just people, like, artists that I watch, or other people that I know retweeting political things. Like, I don't think they really tweet much their own tweets these days. So, I've been media starved for, like, the last decade or so. No TV, no cable. Don't really read the newspaper. The only media consumption we have is YouTube and, Twitch. There you go. And then I have my Twitter, and I've just kind of, like, get flabbergasted constantly these days. Between the amazing art I see and then the just 180 around to the politics and the shitstorm that is. Yeah, the thing that I want to talk about but don't want to talk about. Oh, that's the fat side. Oh, crap. No! No, oh my god, no! How could I? How could I? I ruined it. That's okay. Yeah, the main reason why we do have cell phones is because Jim and I text almost constantly. Even when he's at work. And it's not really constantly. It's just, we'll say something around, I don't know, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, and then again around 2 or 3 in the afternoon. What am I missing? I'm missing this guy. Yeah, basically kind of chit-chat like, what do you have doing for the rest of the day? Or I just got this extra little work, I'll be home late, or what are we having for dinner, blah blah blah. Yep, the side effect is the social media. Because I really don't use my phone for anything else other than texting and taking pictures of the food that I eat. And posting that on Instagram. Taking pictures of the art that I make and posting that on Instagram. Hurt. Oh god, there is a topic that I keep wanting to bring up, but I'm not really sure how to describe it, and it's more about like traditions. Please tell me that's an airplane and not my headphones buzzing. Yes, it is. Okay, so traditions. Like these days we have basically social media. And that's kind of what our current tradition is. And there's no formalities that go along with it. But I'm just going to say, in history, there used to be traditions for various different things. Like, and I'm probably not going to be accurate on anything I say, so these are just rough examples. So, like, what was it, Chinese culture? And yeah, way back in the day, if you wore your hair a certain way and you were a lady, or I think even a dude, that kind of gave away a whole bunch of information about yourself. How old you were, if you were single, if you were married, if you were of marrying age, that sort of thing. And I don't know if this is accurate, but in Victorian times, they had bouquets of flowers, and like each flower had its own meaning, and it was like sending someone a conversation. And there's like etiquette surrounding those traditions, and that's, I think, the thing that I'm missing from today is a certain kind of etiquette. I'm a stickler for etiquette. Good etiquette, good manners, but not everyone has them, and not everyone knows how to pass them along, and not everyone sees the use of them either. It's just really strange how everything has evolved into what it is now. I decided to stand for a bit. My little booty a break here. There we go. This doesn't feel long enough. Why doesn't this feel long enough? Hurt? Because it's not, damn it. God. I must have not been paying attention. Hurt? There we go. Alright, Blaine, thank you for stopping by and hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Really do, and I can't wait for more of your streams. I will catch you probably tomorrow morning. Do I need to clip another one of these, don't I? I do. Okay. I would say hi for me, but I doubt anyone would know. Just say a stranger says hi. I don't know, rando. What have you. If you're still there, who cares? Anyways, moving on. There we go. Hurt. Goddamn, this is gonna take forever. It's already taken an hour. Over an hour. Yeah, how long over an hour? And we're almost done with the little tiny beads. I'm hoping the bigger hearts go a little bit faster, but there's still like 40 of them. Ugh. You little bugger. Why are you guys not long enough? I swear. Oh. There we go. Make sure my hand doesn't slip while I do that. While doing that. Words. I think this one needed just a little. Yep, there we go. Go, thank you. Okay. Sit back down. I think a standing desk would be a huge advantage at this point in my life. probably having only one workstation would also be a huge advantage. Because right now I have this workbench, and I also have a shorter glass table off over to the side for traditional painting, and then I've got my computer desk behind me for all the digital work, but if I'm going to be traditionally painting, I don't think I want it any closer to my computer than it already is, because paint has a way of finding its ways into places you don't want it to be. Dude, I'm gonna be able to make, like, a necklace and a couple of bracelets out of these things, unless I just want a really long... Ooh, a double necklace. That's an idea. That's an idea. Ginger beer for the win. I decided to have ginger beer today instead of coffee just because it was a little bit more bubbly, and I am feeling a lot better than yesterday. Yesterday was just kind of depressing / butthurt day for some reason. Oh yeah. It's because I was finally starting to break about, like, the kitchen and constantly having to clean after constantly cooking, and it just kind of drove me mad. It feels like it was a really weak mental moment. I don't know if anyone else gets those, but man, they are inconvenient for productivity and moving on. But now I can definitely move on. I think also getting, like, all the vegetables from my mom's garden this morning super lifted my spirits too, because I know it's absolutely fresh. We literally picked the squash off the vines and the beans off the vines this morning, and my mom, like, pulled the carrots out of the dirt. Just, that's cool. It is an amazing feeling to eat food from, I guess, anyone's garden. It's not really, like, I have done very little to help, even though I really wanted to. Okay, never mind. I did plant the corn and the beans. Or at least part of the beans. But, like, I haven't done nearly as much work as she has there. Because she's out there, like, every day, weeding and, like, just fixing up her garden. She's currently, like, trying to get... She has space between the boxes of gardens because we're using raised beds, or she's using raised beds. And, she has totally slipped and fell on her butt before because of mud out there. And so she's, like, digging all the weeds up in the open spots and putting bark down to cover it, which makes it look really pretty, and it's also super functional and safe. And, yeah. Totally lost my train of thought of where I was going with that. Other than, I help lift the heavy stuff? I don't know. That's kind of random. But true. I actually did lift the giant bag of bark this morning. I think I was emphasizing how much work she is doing compared to me, but she's... I guess she doesn't feel like she's doing a whole lot of work. Oh. And I guess, like, we go on walks 3 days a week together. And then I go over to her house to weightlift and, you know, have her weightlift as well alongside me so she can get more fit, stronger, so she can do more. And I guess being able to pick stuff out of her garden is kind of her return payment, because I haven't asked for anything. I have not asked for anything in return, because I'd be going on a walk anyways. I would be weightlifting anyways, whether she was there or not. So, it's really... it is a lot of extra time, but that's okay with me. Because, you know, I get over there at 7 o'clock in the morning. She's just picked up her cup of coffee, so 30 minutes kind of need to roll by so she can wake up, do kind of a check-in, tell me what she did yesterday. And then we'll go and we'll work out, hopefully for 30 minutes, and then another 30 minutes afterward walking around in the garden, seeing what's going on. Hanging out. Only 4 more, yes. 4 more little beads. Ugh, I'm trying to find new places on my thumb that are a little bit sturdier than the center to deal with bending that wire. There we go. Man, my brain's all over the place today. It's like, I want to talk about politics, but that's a bad idea. I want to talk about, like, how there used to be some really cool tradition. And the reason why I brought that up is because, to me, having that kind of stuff around you, like wearing a certain type of piece of clothing and your hair a certain way, that simplifies communication, or at least verbal communication. So to me, that literally simplifies communication, and I love simplified communication. It's not that I'm totally, like, for strict, traditional regime type things. No, if I can look at someone and accurately tell a couple of details about them, that would be really cool. And the reason why I'd be able to tell those details about that person is because that person would want to have those details known. They would choose to have those details openly available for everyone to see. Simplified communication. But to each their own. Or to each their own era. Zaliser, hi. Ninjing in on there. Hello. Good afternoon. Hope your day's been going well. I almost feel like I've been caught red-handed writing in a journal or something. How long have you been there? I've been busy today, taking a break. Oh, breaks are good. There we go. Okay, good. Jeez. So you won't hear my ramblings. Oh, there we go. Try not to carve another piece off me. There we go. Oh, thank God. We just got all the tiny beads. Oh, strung. And my God, my thumb. Let's see if we can... Yep, that's my thumbnail after all of that. Just chunks. Chunks missing. There. Nice. Nice. I need like a little metal thumbnail, something to attach here. There we go. Oh my God, now we have all of these. And there's like 40 of these. Maybe I should recount just to make sure. That's 30, oh my God. 40, wow. 48. And there's 49 of these. Okay, that makes more sense. That makes way more sense. Now is that? Okay, I can. Okay, these beads, they are totally plastic, so they're a little rough around the edges in a few places, but that's okay. This is old nostalgic jewelry getting a little update so we can wear it again. Let's oh, there you are. Let's figure out how long to make this. How other than being busy, Alistair, how's your day going? This one will be 2. We'll try. We'll try it. Doing well. Couldn't sleep. Aww. For Monday. Monday was a bit trippy. Nice. At least you got some good sleep last night. Oh, we found the magic number. I do believe. Yes. Nice. Sweet. That makes my life easier. $47 more to go. Alright. Oh, there we go. Oh, that may foobar me more. That's okay. Scooch these back so I don't accidentally fling them all over the place. Oh. Now I wish there was 47 thumbs on these hands. Could hold so many things. That'd be really weird though. There'd be... I'm not gonna think about it because it's too disturbing. Be a lot of thumbs. Especially if that was on each hand. Urgh. That's 6. Do I magically have another 2 centimeters? I actually kind of do. Wow, that's lucky. Nice. You just randomly cut a piece. So how many is that? 7. 7 out of 47. Need 40 more pieces. Jesus. Alright. Just, wonder if I should just do it from this. This might be a little tricky. Okay. Okay. Hurt. We got this. We got this. You totally got this. Okay. This is gonna be really boring because I need to count. Not very good at counting and talking at the same time. Jesus, so many. Alright, I think... Oof. Oh, there's 48. So that's 24 for half of that. So that's 3, 6, 7, 8, 10, 17. I'll go up to 24. Or 23. One of those two. 17. Okay. It's 20. hopefully that was 21. Oh crap. $23, because we already have one, and I just want to do half, oof, for now, and then get my hand a rest, really, from clipping. I'm slightly surprised no one types a number in chat to throw me off, because I do look up at chat in between cutting. But thank you for not. You guys are nice. So I'm trying to file my thumbnail back down to something that resembles an actual thumbnail that's not chewed to bits. Because I keep a pair of fingernail clippers at my side at all times. It's gonna look like a crew cut, a lopsided crew cut thumbnail. Oh well. That's fine. Oh no, that'd be even worse. Oh no, shaking the table, that would be worse. Okay. Put those aside. Oh dear. Pull these out. Try not to stab myself. Don't stab. Flatten out, flatten out, flatten out. There we go. There we go. A shook table is my worst nightmare. There we go. Sorry. Gotta have my order. Back to it. I think we used the big side last time. See if we did or not. Or if it works or not. It should. Okay. Oh, okay. I was gonna wonder about that, if any of these guys were gonna have blockages. Hey! I did it without using a thumbnail. That makes me really happy. Okay, I have a method for not destroying my thumbnail on these. Great. Excellent. And yes, that big side was correct side. Whoa. Come here. There we go. Oop. I'm wondering how long this is going to be. Or if I'm going to break it up into a couple of pieces. Because if there's enough, and I kind of have a feeling there is, I could do either a necklace and a bracelet, or a necklace and two bracelets, or a necklace that has more necklace on it. Kind of like a scalloped neck. I can't think of a good example, so we'll try and pull something visual out. So, if you have your necklace, right, you'd have something looping off of it. That probably still wasn't a good example, but oh well. Losing my voice today. That is a thing. What else can we talk about? That's a safe topic to talk about. Aha, there we go. There we go. Oop, yep, you just plop on over there. All willy-nilly there. Let's see, I don't know what's going on in sports. The only thing we did recently that was actually somewhat current is we saw Wonder Woman. We could talk about that. Let's see. Go. pretty much detailed all the things about what I'm doing, even down to like the wire and how I haven't filed either side and they're kind of stabby. Just like, oh god, this is like a comedian on stage and no one's laughing at their jokes. That's what it feels like when it's like totally silent in the chat, but usually I'm not uncomfortable with that, because I totally understand the lurkers and background noise usage and all that good stuff. Are those? Yeah? Yeah, there we go. It's like not everyone wants to chat, and that's totally fine. Just listen to the sweet, soothing sound of my manly, feminine voice. Talk about nothing. It'd be like Seinfeld, talk about nothing. Well, it's a show about nothing. Really. Other than just it's kind of like a day in the lives of these really weird people. It's pretty much all it is. And like the weird quirks about the other people they meet and the things, and yeah. Soup Nazi and all that. Ooh, that kind of twisted not cool. There we go. Oh, I can talk about the game Diablo 3 and how they just released the Necromancer character. For like 20 bucks you get the Necromancer character, a little follower that'll pick up gold for you, a new portrait, a new pet, and there's more than just that. As far as I can tell, they actually made like some new enemies and some new map types for the seasonal and the Nephilim rifts, and oh my god, Jim and I, we both got Necromancers, and we both started a new season with Necromancers. Necromancers are the bomb. Especially when you have two of them, and you have a slightly different skill set from each other. Man, oh man, we started out on Torment 1. We just started the season on Torment 1, which is probably not impressive to many, but we're pretty casual players. We like to have fun and enjoy the adventure with one another, not so much like super hardcore into the challenge. But it was amazing. We could actually hang on Torment 1, which is one of the more difficult difficulties, depending on who you are. It was a very interesting play style. I honestly was thinking that it was going to be a whole lot like the Witch Doctor, just basically kind of a copycat of the Witch Doctor. It's nothing like the Witch Doctor. Absolutely nothing like it. Other than, you know, you have pets. Pets following around, then attack for you, but man. The strategies or the tactics that you use are just, they're different. Very different from any of the other characters we've played, and we have both played, I think, every single character to level 70. Like every single class. And my leg itches. There we go. Multiple times. Because Diablo is just one of those games where you can kind of pick it up and set it down as you wish because of the town portal system, which made Diablo 3 a lot more fun and relaxing and casual to play. It's like one of our go-to games if we have absolutely nothing else to play. Which is what we did this weekend when my migraine finally cleared up on Sunday. And just sat down and played all evening. Hurt, don't stab me. Please don't stab me. Oh, is that hole even large? Yep, there we go. Large enough. Barely. Hurt. Okay, sit back down. Hurt. That was barely big enough. Okay. Noted. Let's, yeah, flip you that way. So then I can do this. There we go. I wonder what we're gonna do this evening. I have no idea. I know what we're having for dinner, but we're gonna be done eating dinner by like 6:30 or so. And that pretty much leaves the whole evening. I thought we were gonna do something. And I cannot remember what it is. We did pick up some new clothes over the weekend. It's like our first set of new clothes in like 3 years, because we absolutely both hate shopping. So I got some shirts and socks and unmentionables, and he pretty much did too. That's kind of what we needed at the time, because neither of us need new pants, but yeah, I guess we're gonna put those away. We actually left them in the bags and haven't put them away yet. Oh, that's right, because we were cleaning out the closet of the other things that we were gonna toss. Ooh, that Instant Pot dinner was quite delicious. Nice. Is that, the pressure cooker Instant Pot thingy? Oh god, where'd they go? There they are. Oh. That's my break time. Oh noes. Oh, I'm gonna get up and stretch. At least walk around a little bit. And if you've been watching for a while, I encourage you to do the same. And I'll meet you guys back here in about 3 minutes. Alright, we're back, and that is a pressure cooker. Nice. I've been thinking of getting a pressure cooker. Mainly so I can make fresh beans, like from dried. fresh beans. So I can cook beans from dried without... Yeah, except you can do that in a normal crock pot if you're willing to let it go all day. Because I know, to make dried beans, you usually soak them overnight and then cook them. But you still have to cook them for like a really long time, even if you do soak them. And that's too much work. I'm just like making bread. Too much work. I'm lazy. But, yeah. Been toying with the idea of a pressure cooker. Oh, it also has a slow cooker mode. Nice. Nice. Jim and I just realized over the weekend that usually we like to drink coffee on the weekends and have something warm, basically, to sip on at varying times of the day, even in the summertime. And we just realized we could use our crock pot to make coffee because we only have a Keurig. It's like, because we tried having just like a normal coffee pot, we really did. And for some reason we didn't like having a coffee pot because I guess we never drank all the coffee, or we could never make the right amount. But I wonder if making it in the crock pot would be the same. We'd have to try it. Oh, what we... sorry. We do like to drink iced coffee. Or cold coffee, basically. And for the longest time, I've been wanting to make coffee ice cubes. So we could just put coffee ice cubes in our almond milk and call it good. And that's homemade Dutch Brothers, basically. Because Dutch Brothers is so expensive these days. And Dutch Brothers is an Oregon-based coffee company that finally made it over to our state. And it is damned expensive. For 2 people to get a medium anything, it's $8. $8, yo. I was just like, it used to be $7.50, and we like, I know it's only 50 cents, but for some reason we were totally okay with grudgingly accepting $7.50 worth of dollars of coffee, until we changed our eating habits to not include animal products. And while they can make their stuff with almond milk, the last time we did get almond milk based coffee, it's like they just gave us the coffee with the almond milk instead of the kicker that we asked for. And it was kind of like, well, your coffee is now super expensive. It's a pain in the ass to order with almond milk, and then we're not even guaranteed to get what we ordered, so yeah, we'll make it at home. So I've been trying to figure out a way to make like a vast amount of coffee from our little Keurig pods, and a slow cooker does that. Now we just need an ice cube tray. Oh, and Microsoft decided to keep Paint. Why? Oh, why did Microsoft decide to keep Paint? Other than it's like a gateway drug to making pixel art. Because that's what I see it as, basically. Paint is really good at making pixel art. But it's a pain in the ass to make like an animation or anything like that. I think. I don't know. I have not used Paint since I got into GIMP. There was an outcry after they announced they were going to discontinue it. Wow. It is useful for very simple applications. Like if you really want to demonstrate something by drawing it, even if you're on a live stream, you can just pop open Paint and crudely draw the thing that you're talking about. Like, I've totally seen someone do that on Twitch. They were playing PUBG, and they were discussing the strategy, the smart strategy, basically, on like how to win. And they used Paint to demonstrate everything they were talking about, from what side of the map you should fall to, basically, because you skydive, all the way how to like avoid people, where the cars were, where they hard spawned. I can see, as much as I want to turn my nose up at paint, it's still useful. And the only reason I want to turn my nose up at it is because I've got GIMP, a program that's a bit better, or at least has more varied tool selections than Paint does. If I want to put it in a diplomatic way. Oh, my shoulder just popped. Yeah. That's fun. I'm on my last hour. Okay, I'm on my last hour of making this. Maybe, hopefully. But actually, Microsoft Paint was the thing that got me into digital art. Oh, Paint is good for taking screenshots because it loads up quickly. Nice. It's pretty simple, I think. Well, I was gonna say any OS could handle it. It's a Microsoft thing. Jesus. Oh. There we go. I doubt people that have an Apple have Microsoft Paint on it. Oh wow, with the keyboard shortcuts, yeah, that's like super useful for screenshots. The alt print screen, open paint, paste crop, yeah. There we go, don't stab me in the arm anymore, ruler. These days, what do I use? It's a clippy thing. What is this? What are you? I guess I have to open you to find out. Snipping tool. It's literally just called snipping tool. And I guess you open it, you hit new, and then you can just click and drag whatever rectangle you want, and it takes that specific screenshot. And then you can like just copy and paste it wherever you want to. I'm halfway making the eye loop. There we go. Just turn around mid-bead thing. Work. I don't know. Words. We've got words today. Close for me? Yes, please. There we go. Oh, that's right, I was only doing half of these. Oh, Linux! You have to literally load up the tool called Screenshot. Wow, oh my god. For some reason, I constantly forget you're a Linux user. Oh, there we go. There we go. Nicely done. About halfway done with this lot. Oof. I keep thinking Linux is kind of like an Amish village compared to Apple and Microsoft, where it functions like perfectly well, you just have to do a little bit more work. That's kind of what I picture it to be like, because I've never used Linux before. There we go. I wonder if there will ever... Well, okay, there probably is, so I take it back immediately before I even say it. I was gonna say, I wonder if there are other people out there that would make operating systems for computers. that aren't Microsoft, Linux, or Apple. Like, yeah. I guess at this point, at this late in the game, it would probably be pretty difficult to make like a nice, super functional, non-buggy working OS that isn't on a phone. Okay. Half of those are done. Oh. Probably could... I'm half tempted to calculate the length of wire we used, or are going to use for this. Because all these little tiny beads took 1.5 centimeters, and then all of these larger ones take 2 centimeters. We could totally figure it out. Totally. If we wanted to do math, you know, live. Ugh. It would be... nah. We can do it at the end. Figure out how much wire went into this. I think I need 24 more. $18, $20, $22, $23. Okay, sure. Why not? 23. That's how many beads there are. That's how much wire pieces will cut. Hurt. Hope to God this doesn't spiral out of control on me. Come here. There's 3, 20 more to go. This is a mess. Loosen, relax, please, relax, here. You can do it. There we go. I do have another game in mind to talk about. Dream Dad. After this. After I got all these cut out. Almost there. Only 3 more, hopefully. Last one. There we go. Alright, Zalister, thank you for popping in on your break time. Much appreciated. You have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Oh, I'm gonna stretch a little bit. Drink some ginger beer. Now that the bottle's mostly empty, aha, I can show it. I'm not sponsored by these people, but this is delicious. And it's non-alcoholic. It is super good. Okay. Hopefully we've got enough of everybody. And the game that I mentioned, Dream Dads. Is it Dream Dads? Or Dream... Let me actually look at the name of this. I watched Ezekiel the Third play it yesterday, and was kind of blown away, actually. Dream Daddy, a dad dating simulator for $14.99 on Steam. Yeah, I was, okay. So Zeke, it's a dad dating simulator. And the catch is, you're a dad dating other dads. Which means they all have kids. You have your own kid. And there's like 7 of them that you can date. And the basic mechanic of the game is you can date everyone twice, but on the 3rd date you have to actually pick who, because that ends up being like your end game content is that person. The character that Damien, not the character that Zeke chose for his 3rd date was Damien. And the dialogue for that character's line of gameplay was amazing. It's more like a visual, not a visual novel. Yeah, it is. It's more like a novel type game where there is a lot of reading, but you still get to make choices, and there are some mini games in there. But it was super well done for that character and that character's line, and I was just like smitten with it, honestly. The art for it was super polished. For the characters, it was super polished. For most of the backgrounds, it was pretty damn nice. But the dialogue between your character and your character's daughter was eye-opening? I don't know. It was very unlike my own family dynamic. Like, it was so foreign. I was like, what? Really? Do people actually talk like that? But it was all about healthy relationships. There's no weird abuse or, I couldn't really see anything horribly wrong with anything, but like everyone was kind, courteous, they cared about their kids a lot, no matter what their kids did or who they were. Because Damien's kid, his son, tried to brick another kid into a wall, and that's but not maliciously. I don't think it was not malicious. They were reading about some literature. I think it was Edgar Allan Poe, where this one dude lures another guy like down into a dark place with the promise of wine. They're already drunk, and then they just wall them up and bury them alive. And Damien's son apparently tried to do that to another kid. Didn't get him drunk because they were at school, but he brought him down to the boiler room and tried to build a brick wall around him, and ended up getting punched in the face. And the way that it was handled afterwards was really nice. Like, there was no yelling or shouting at the kids or like freaking out or anything. It's like, gotta be diplomatic, loving, and caring. It was so well done. Now, my tune might change if I played it myself or watched it again, but it was neat. What is this? Okay. And I'm probably doing a horrible injustice describing it, too. Because I didn't get to see the entire playthrough. We popped in like a couple hours into it, and it took Zeke about 8 hours to play it. But he was also reading everyone's lines out loud in their own voice. So he changed voices for every character, even in the ladies that showed up, like, you know, your character's daughter and this other dude's wife, like, and it took him 8 hours to get through it. And there's no, like, real puzzle solving or anything, it's just choosing your words, playing the mini-game, and seeing where things go. It kind of reminds me of, God, what's that pigeon game? Beautiful Hattori? A whole bunch of Dodger play that. Oh my god. That one was also really well done. It's like, I'm not into dating sims that much, but those are two that I would highly recommend, mainly because they're a little bit unconventional, I think, in the dating sim world. Yeah. There we go. And both Dodger's Beautiful Hattori playthrough and Zeke's Dream Daddy playthrough, they're going to be on YouTube. And I don't know if Dodger goes by Dodger on YouTube. She might go by Dex Bonus or Press Heart to continue. But Jim and I actually watched her Beautiful Hattori playthrough all on YouTube. Like it was a sitcom on TV. That's how good it was. And you know, she also presented it well because she did voices for everyone too, and she read everything out loud too. Oh, no, come here. There we go. Oh, that's a little bit on the tiny side. Okay. We can fix that. Just like so. Okay. God, these beads are old and plastic, and I cherish them so. I cherish them so much. You don't know why, either. Because really, there's like no memories attached to them, other than they were valuable items to me as a young person, probably about 5 years old. I think it's because they were like some of the first pretty things I ever had. And I do have a good appreciation for pretty things, but pretty can vary greatly, depending. So what I considered pretty at the age of 5 were these and these. And this is what I did last week. Another 25-year-old piece of jewelry. Turn it into something that I could wear these days, because these necklaces were also very tiny. They were made for a kid. They would be like an absolute choker on my adult neck these days, if I had just wanted to wear them as they were. The fun part will be finding out how large of a necklace this will make, and if there's enough left over to make a bracelet or just a different style of necklace. That's not right. There we go. Okay. I guess we can kind of chill and settle down for the last part of the stream. Not that we were wild and crazy for the first part, but... oh no, it locked up. Oh no, it locked up. Why'd you lock up? Okay, sorry. Yep, go away. One of my chats locked up on me. Hopefully that will... Yep, there we go. All good. Keep wanting to bring up the current event thingy. Must resist. I'll have to just talk with Jim about it. Basically. He likes to, be the counter argument. So when I, think of an idea or a concept and I'm like, wouldn't it be cool if this happened or someone tried doing this? He would go, oh, but what about this? And I'd be like, oh, I didn't think of that. That's something to compensate for, except sometimes he does that a little too much, and it's like, just let me dream, please. Please, just a little bit, it'd be nice. He's like, but that's not realistic. I'm like, I know, but I want it to be. He likes to tease me about it. Sorry, one more thing about Dream Daddy, the dad dating simulator, is it's about the relationships. At least with Damien, it was super about the relationship, not the intimacy part. That... it never really gets delved into, but it's definitely about kind of building that it's like a super condensed short version of what would actually happen, but it's still very well done, very well written. The art is great. Focuses on healthy relationship styles. And I'm actually very tempted to pick it up. Or at least find a whole bunch of YouTube videos on it and watch people's playthroughs. Commentary or no commentary, just because I want to see all of it. But before I do, I was gifted a game. Probably almost 2 weeks ago, and I haven't cracked it open yet. That Shadow of Mordor. And I need to play it. I would like to play it, especially before Shadow of War comes out. Even though I think that comes out in, like, October? Time flies, though. Oh. Well, my brittle little bead. Maybe I should have casted you guys first and just remade you entirely in a different material. Because that bead just almost damn near crumbled. That's alright. Now we know. I was actually thinking that was going to happen way sooner. Way sooner, as these beads would crumble. Like, that's how old the plastic is. But most of them have held up really well. Actually, all of them except for that one have held up super well. No crumbling or anything. Which made me happy. I wasn't worried about the pink and purple one because the plastic's a lot more, rigid? I guess? Sturdy? I don't know. This definitely feels like, chalk compared to those, though. So. Sorry, I just had a thought. It would be amazing if Jim found a very similar necklace to this. I'm a romantic at heart, but the only bad thing about being a romantic at heart is you either need to have like a super good memory, or write everything down, or you have to be able to like read your partner's mind. It's like, I'm not really one to, like, want jewelry just kind of randomly for a special occasion. But there are certain little things. Actually, Jim already knows all those little things, and he does do them. It was just a nice thought. Right now, it's like, it'd be sweet to get, like, a real version of this. So I can have my old and my new nostalgia, basically. Like, there are so many instances and memories I have before Jim that I kind of want to recreate all of those with him. Which is kind of dumb because everything before Jim is like, we were kids. We were teenagers and we were kids, and like, the only things that we actually have done most of the things. We've done everything except like horseback riding. Of which I've only done twice in my life. Once as a really, really little kid. And then when I was 13, when Mom and I went over to the Oregon coast. Except Mom didn't go with me, it was just me on a horse. And being the hermit, non-social person I was, did not speak the entire time me and the one person, the guide, walked down the beach, and just it was really awkward for them, but I was enjoying the hell out of it, just kind of sitting really quietly on a very slow walking horse, staring out at the ocean. It was great. That is one thing I've been wanting to do. I think that's like the last nostalgic thing I'd want to recreate with him. I think we just haven't been able to find well, okay, no, it's not that we haven't been able to find a horseback riding place on the coast. It's because I've been too fat to go horse riding on the coast. Oh, yeah. Until recently. Because of efforts. It's like, now I could go horseback riding, and now I can go ziplining. I used to not be able to strictly based on weight. Because, you know, 250 is the limit, and I was at the limit. And I just started getting underneath the limit last year around my birthday, like October. And, yeah. Maybe that's what we should do. We haven't had a vacation in over a year. And we've been looking to go on one. Oh, I counted right. Nice. And we do go to the coast almost yearly, but not the same place every single time. I mean, we've hit Seattle, we've hit Lincoln City, Newport. Our biggest expense was going to Monterey Bay in California. While it was amazing, it was really spendy because California. And while I found the absolute best clam chowder I've ever tasted, I don't know if we'll go back. Mainly because of that expense. Because we definitely would need to fly. Because that's a long-ass drive to get there from here. And I top out at about 9 or 10 hours. And I'm not even the one driving. Hurt? Nope, don't corkscrew on me, no. Got in there? Okay, there we go. Oop, there we go. One, oh thank God, one more. Oh, just the one. And then we have to put them all together. There we go. Need to rest my wrist, Jesus. Just kind of trucked on through the last half of this. This way, that way. Okay. Ugh. Oh man. It does not help that today was arm day. Oof. And I've been trying to get into shape, or my arms back into shape to pull back my bow for hunting season, even though I am pretty sure I'm not going to shoot anything. Almost thinking about getting into, not really competition archery, but having another reason for it, for a bow. Because I super highly enjoy archery. Super, super much. Okay. Oh dear. Now comes the fun part. Now comes the fun part. This, in and of itself, should be long. Without the little spacer beads. It should just be freakishly long. Because we added a little bit of length on either side of every single bead, and that should add up over time. When we have 48 of these, 49 of those, let's actually calculate. Let's actually calculate. It's centimeters at least, so that was 1.5 centimeters times, what do you say, 49? 49? Dang. Okay, so 73 and a half. Plus 73 and a half. We used 169 and a half centimeters, so inches to centimeters. Centimeters, we have 169.5. That equals 66 inches. Jesus. Or 66.7. So that is how many feet? That is 5.5 feet. What? I hope I did my math right. Yeah, so 169.5 centimeters equals 66.7 inches. And 66.7 inches divided by 12 equals 5.558, so like 5.6, and that's feet. Feet! Oh my god. That, purple necklace only took around 3 feet, I think. Or no, just the purple beads took about 3 feet. Oh my god. So much. So much. How many freaking yards did I get of this? It does not say yards. It says pounds. Yeah, it doesn't actually tell me the length that this has. It just says it's a 1/4 pound. Alright. Apparently a 1/4 pound of 20 gauge wire is more than 10 feet long. Okay, so that's all of these guys. Let's take out, I don't know, half of them, maybe? Or no. 48, so it's divisible by 7, I believe. Yeah? Nope. It's 6.8, okay. Well, anyways, that's 12, so let's do like 18. Let's take out 18. So, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. So that means we would need 19 of these, I believe. So here's 2, god they're tiny. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19. Okay. And that's to set aside for a bracelet. Just a guess. Because we're going to link all of these guys together. We're going to have them face all the same direction. Because we can. And we'll start inserting little tiny dudes. That's pretty much all the rest of this stream is going to be, is putting these together. Dude. Dude. Come here. I always feel safer once I get the wire on these things too, because they don't feel like they're gonna go bouncing and running away on their own if I, like, drop something. Okay. Just kind of add. If it looks too short, we can always add more. Okay, put that over there. I might swing this back around so we can actually see what we're doing. So we don't stretch it out too far. Yeah, these beads are so beat up. They like some of their luster's peeling off. I am snacky as hell, dear God. Kinda came out of nowhere. Oh, come here. Scooch you off to the side. Good Lord. Perfect. That's definitely gonna be long enough for a necklace. Maybe. We'll see. Okay. We will see. Need to go that way. So we'll start from a little tiny dude. Try to have good posture so we don't hurt the back. There we go. I'm trying to put the tiny side if there is one on there. Okay. Yeah, and now we just chunk our way along. Not set my arm down on the pliers. Okay, pliers. Go up there. I actually don't need my hammer because I'm not making the clasp because our necklace came with one. That's actually kind of nice. God, my fingers are actually really sore from putting this together. Like... Ooh, my fingers have not gotten sore making something for quite some time. I guess it's bound to happen. Is it this side? It is. I'm loving the way this is feeling in my hand as I'm putting this together. Like, it is super dangly. I love super dangly. It'll actually be kind of nice when I get all my nostalgic stuff remade, so I can work on something else and try something else, try something new. Maybe something a little bit more involved and complicated in design. There we go. Except, oh my god, I'm pretty much going to be making almost like kid jewelry until I run out of beads, because actually quite a lot of my beads are, well, most of them are glass. About 80 to 90% of them are glass. The rest of them are actually plastic, and they're also from like 25 years ago. Hopefully I don't spill them. Like these pink doodads. We'll make them into something. Yeah, I've got like a whole freaking rainbow of these. Way back, and I think they were making, they were for making little bead people, of which I actually have right here. This is really old. And this, yeah, this was the purpose of those little clear beads, was making these, and it is made with wire, really tiny, skinny wire. Kind of like how people made those bead and ribbon critters, like the salamanders and whatnot. Because that was popular back then. I wonder if I should just make bead people out of those then. That'd be interesting. I don't know if I have any wire thin enough for that. Actually, I think I do. It's copper wire. That'd be interesting, because doing it with beads is almost like doing a pixel art or a perler. It's somewhat similar. Open. There we go. Let's see. That's right, tomorrow we're going to be coloring an Asgardian Storm, or Storm dressed in Asgardian clothing, lines by Dev Gear. Thursday we're going to be painting some poppies traditionally with acrylic paints on canvas. Hopefully, if I can find a small enough one. And Friday is more writing. We're kind of getting into the meat of things on that story. Oh, gee, almost pinched my finger pretty good there. That's okay. We did not bleed for this piece today. There was no bloodshed for this one. The last one there was. Not much, but it was there. My shoulder's starting to get real tired. Good God. Oh. Oh. Rest. Oh, or stand. Stand would be nice. Let's stand just a tiny bit. Oh, get the chair out of here too. Things. Oh. I'm actually really liking how delicate this looks. It's not like super delicate. It's a little bit chunky, but still. I really enjoy how this feels. That's good. That's good. I'm gonna work up here because I'm standing. As I just fling everybody out of whack. Nope, that was right. That was right. That not right. There we go, okay. Do it. Which way are we going? Top, top, top. There we go. Make sure that gets closed. It did. Good. Which side do you open on? This side. There we go. There's like little flakes of bead. Oh. It's so brittle. There we go. But they won't be opened again, so there's that. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do after after I get done with my nostalgia pieces. Which I don't know if I actually have anything more than just these two that I've already done here. If I don't have any more, my mom-in-law showed me some jewelry and she's like, could you make this? And I'm like, yes. Yes, I can. And she's like, cool, because I really don't want to pay this exorbitant amount for this jewelry, which is understandable. As I directly sit back down, it's understandable that someone doesn't want to pay a huge amount for jewelry, especially. Oh god, it's really difficult to have people realize some of the value of certain things, the value of certain things. A great example, and a basic example, is like getting a little bistro table with two tiny chairs for your back patio. Is gonna cost you over $100. Isn't that a little much? Like, don't you think that's a little much for, like, a tiny table that you can... It's not even like a full size you eat at it. It's like almost a side table you put your drinks on. And then two very tiny, kind of almost rickety looking chairs is $100. To me, I would not pay $100 for that. Like, I just wouldn't. It does not seem like the materials and how much of the materials there are is worth that much. And it doesn't, and even the time and the effort doesn't seem like it would amount to needing a $100 price tag. Well, we do have, you know, the middlemen to kind of blame. Isabel, hello and thank you. Much appreciated. Glad you could stop in today, and I hope your day is going well. While I complain about prices of things. Yeah, I would expect a tiny bistro table. It doesn't even have to have like a mosaic top on it or anything, but like 40 bucks, 50 bucks tops for, you know, two chairs and a tiny table to sit on your porch. That's what I would probably value it at, and people kind of value art and jewelry the same way. Maybe I'm the only person that does this and values things well below their retail price. But for people who are like, they've been making jewelry for years and years and years, if it says that's a $50 pendant and it doesn't come with a chain, I would still be willing to pay that much for it, because this individual made it with their bare hands, and they have years and years of experience of not, you know, they learned a whole bunch. They probably experimented a whole bunch. They probably wasted a whole bunch of materials to finally get to this gorgeous pendant that they designed themselves and made by hand. I'd be willing to pay that much. Because the materials are also probably not tinned copper. It's probably sterling silver or gold-filled wire with Swarovski crystals and the like. But I can totally make a knockoff for like a quarter of the price, which is weird to say that because that sounds really bad. That sounds really, really bad. It's like... it's like getting a genuine leather handbag for, you know, 20 bucks. That's a look-alike to a $200 handbag. That's kind of weird and feels kind of scammy to me. And it also, it doubly feels scammy because it's kind of like copyright. So like, someone asks you, hey, can you make this but for less money? You go, yeah, sure. Well, it's not your original design. It's based off of someone else's, and it's like, should you really do that? So it's a bit of a moral, ethical dilemma. Like, if I did go through with making a piece for my mom-in-law that was like this other person's style, I would try to make it my own. Like, take the idea of their design and tweak it my way, basically. That would be the only way I'd feel comfortable doing that at this point. Now that I've had a chance to talk it out and talk about it, because when did she show me that stuff? Like around Christmas time? It was months and months ago. Months and months ago. Yeah. Dude, are we still going the same direction? We are. How long is this? Oh, this is fairly long. Okay, how many more beads do we have? 2, 4, 6. So, yeah, it's not quite long enough for me yet. So we might have the thing that we need to, but it is currently my break time, and I'm gonna also make a bracelet on stream, so I'm gonna get up, stretch, and actually take this break, and get something more to drink, and I'll meet you guys back here in about 3 minutes. Alright, here we go. Actually, it just got really stupidly bright outside. I'm gonna see if I can Turn off the light, maybe? Here we go. There we go. Roar. They just leave my thing splayed out there. I could not find my water glass for the life of me. That's okay. This is looking pretty neat. Okay. Onward, onward, onward. Here we go. Can I... kind of want to push these this way. Kind of. While keeping them in order. That didn't work too great. Yeah, that didn't work great at all. Damn it. You scooch. Scooch. There we go. Alright. We will finish this necklace. And then see how long it is. And if it's not long enough, we'll take beads from our bracelet stash, which is probably too long. Come here. Already. Nope, 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 nope. You stay on there. There we go. A little further down. Just oh, no, don't crush nail. There we go. Boop. Oh, God, that scared me. Okay, that's a scrap piece. Okay, back really does not want me to sit down. So we'll go back to working up here after we move everybody. Everybody down here. I think so. Okay. Now we'll be working up yonder. Where's the edge of this? Right there. Okay. I do apologize if my camera gets out of focus. I can't actually see like a preview or anything. So I'm unable to fix it if it doesn't fix itself. Because autofocus. Oh, no, you come here. Oh, I love this part. Coming up. Eventually. Here we go. I love that. Oh, I didn't even open that. Nah. Oh dear. Trying to get ahead of myself. Just a wee little bit. Get back in there. There we go. There we go. And there's that. The whole necklace. Or triangle. How long is this? Okay. It's definitely long enough to rest on my collarbones, which is nice. Now we just need to make a bracelet and see if it's too big. I can kind of guarantee that it will be. Just by how many beads are there. So how many would we need? Actually, we need quite a few. We need like a dozen white hearts at least. And we have 18 of them. I actually counted them out. Okay, so we have 18. Let's line you buggers up. Come on. Dude, oh, don't go. Don't run away. Yeah, putting wire on these guys, stringing them with wire, they don't run away as much, or as far, as if they didn't have any. It's like a little stabilizer, which is really nice. Here we go. Scooch, scooch. Okay. Excuse me. That's all the ginger beer. Let's put you up here. This might be a really long bracelet, which I don't mind because the necklace, for comfort, could be a little bit longer. It could. I'd be okay with that. You know, I could actually be wearing the bracelet I made from last week out of my 25-year-old jewelry. 25-year-old beads. So we'll stick that dude there, that dude there. That is what I should have done this entire time. Alright, dolphins. You had your time in the limelight. Oop. We'll just pop that over there. Oop. Yep, because I made a tiny little bracelet out of the excess beads from the necklace that I did last week. Yeah. And these are much more pink, fuchsia-y, magenta colored, I think, than what shows on screen, because I've got the sunlight washing the color out like a nobody's business. Okay, come here. Oh, nope, come here. And, yeah, watch me fiddle around. Actually, I'll do this off screen so you don't watch me fiddle around. Did I make this a bead too short? I thought I checked. Hurt? Oh, no, it's good. Okay. There we go. Ta-da. Necklace goes off to the side, back where it goes. There. Okay. I'm loving it. Let's do this. 4 o'clock, it should not take me an hour to put these together. Shouldn't. But we never know. Open. Open. There we go. And just sit back and enjoy the music, I guess. It's gonna be really weird wearing this stuff again. When the occasion arises, because, yeah, these days, actually, like, the last, I don't know how many years, I've been not trying to be really practical, I have been really practical about what I wear when going outdoors for any reason, whether it's, like, to the grocery store, or to, you know, Home Depot, or Lowe's, or even out to dinner and a movie. I've been really conscious to wear things to make myself as unnoticeable as possible. Now, where? Oh, there it is. Yeah. So, like, minimal or no jewelry, no makeup. Like, very plain clothes. Try not to stand out. And it's just something I think I've done most of my life, but really got into it in, like, my young teens. And consciously got into it in my late teens. And that's mainly for safety, which is weird. I don't know if I want to talk about safety or not, because nothing really bad has ever happened to me that I couldn't get out of or walk away from. Yeah. Oh, wow, I was not expecting that. Oh, and neither was my tablet. Chris, hello. Good afternoon. Actually, it's almost evening. After 5 for you there. Good to see you. How are you doing? Just made me avoid a very serious topic. There we go. How's the leaderboard coming along? Question, question, question. Oh, thanks. Oh, don't go flinging off anywhere. Ah, really? Oh, well, okay, yeah. Sure. I can be that human contact if you like, obviously, as such. Is no one else streaming right now? I thought someone was. There we go. Oh, nice. Oh, 31 streams yesterday. Nice. Damn. Okay, there was one day. It was probably not yesterday. Was it yesterday? Maybe it was last week. But and it has not happened since. I filled out all my information and stuff, and then I hit the stream, like the little block pops up where you put all your stuff in it, and then you hit the go button. And when I hit the go button, nothing happened. And I don't know if I've been the only person to experience that. I've been meaning to write to you about that. But it hasn't happened since. I think it was just a little hiccup. And I tried desperately to fix it. I logged out, logged in, refreshed. All that good stuff. It's all me as of now. Okay. Yep. I'm slowly building the courage up to pair with someone or turn the pairing back on. Yeah, that's not the way it's supposed to work, but it's worked since, and that's like the only time it's happened is that once. I'm like, and yeah. It was weird. I think one other person may have had that problem, but then it suddenly fixed itself. And that was also last week. Because they were like a little bit freaking out, and then they were like, oh, I got it. It's working. Okay. I think it happened. Ooh, ouch. Sorry, back. popped in a not great way. I want to say it happened last week on Thursday, and I had streamed on Wednesday the day before. But don't quote me on that because I cannot remember. Yeah. I've been popping in every once in a while on some paired streamers, seeing how things are going. People have been really nice, cordial, polite, which is really neat to see. Oh, is that not the... Come here. Hang on. First of all, how long is this? Second of all, it's way too long. Oh, Jesus. Okay, let's pull this back a little. Alright, I will let you know immediately if it happens again. I want this to dangle. Okay, we can stop at about here. There we go. And which way are the hearts facing? Just plop the rest of these on the necklace. There we go. How are things on the Discord? They're going pretty great. I've been keeping up on the new members, making everyone a streamer that pops in. I've given a couple people critiques when they posted in the critique forum. Yeah, there's been very little need for troubleshooting lately, or at least people haven't really posted much in there. And I am not the only person that has been contributing to answering the troubleshooting either, which is nice. That was actually really nice. Let's go this way. And yeah. Some people are posting when they go live on the live stream chat. I don't think everyone is aware of it or cares to use it. I don't know. But I was going to make a couple of announcements spaced a few days apart, reminding them that, hey, post when you're live in the live streaming chat. And another one that's, hey, we have a DeviantArt. And another one that says, hey, if you want a role attached to your name other than streamer, let me know. Because, you know, we have programmers, we have artists, and all that other stuff. And only like a handful of us have like streamer, digital artist, admin attached to our names on Discord. So I wanted to try and get people's genres of creativity attached to their names. I think that was going to be one of my goals next week. Yes, I do also point out that there is some troubleshooting on the knowledge base on the website. I try to remind them that the resources are kind of interconnected. Like, yeah, there's a Discord, but also on the actual website, there's the knowledge base. Get down there. Yeah, come on. There we go. Oh god. There. Oh, nice. Is there a way to allow them to choose a list of titles? I don't know. I think an admin has to actually assign the titles. I think. I can actually check, because my new office setup allows me to. Let's see. Server settings, moderation, roles. Member, I don't think members can. And we can always add new roles. I mean, it's really simple and easy, and I don't mind getting flooded. Nice. That is a lot of new people coming in. That's awesome. I'm really happy to see that it is growing and exponentially. I've been kind of skulking around a little bit about trying to stream on Facebook and Instagram too. Where are my thingies? Just to try and get more eyeballs, but I think you have to actually use your phone for that, and that's not gonna fly for me since 99% of my stuff's computer related. Yeah. Oh, your new goal is 10 new featured streamers a week. Nice. Scraps need to go scrap pile. There we go. Let's see, let's see. Have you hit up any Picardo users yet? Or, well, I guess Mixer users aren't really artsy-fartsy peeps, they're just gamers. There's very little in the way of creative streams, I think, on Mixer. Yeah. Yeah. I really just have been trying to self-promote. I'm like, I set myself a little goal and a little deadline is I'm gonna promote the ever-living crap out of myself and live streaming until basically the end of October. And if I haven't grown in viewers on any of the sites, I don't know if I'm actually going to continue streaming. I don't know. It's a we'll see when we get there type of thing, but yeah. Thankfully, things have been going up. Oh, okay. Oh. That... That's true. I don't know if you have to worry about anyone poaching people from Watch Me work. Huh. I actually didn't even think of that. That's a good point. I do need my hammer. Hang on. Oh god, yeah, Twitch is... Oh my god, if you talk to any... Well, never mind. I'm basing that off of nothing, so I won't say it. I was gonna say, any gamer gives no shits about creative. And well, obviously they don't. Because they're gamers, and that's, you know, what Twitch was originally made for, but still. They have a... They could do a lot of stuff and not flub us over. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. It's not that streaming is too much. It's just, I had like a severe, like, depressional mental state happen in June, where I was like, am I, you know, the things that I do, are they even, does it even matter? I had like an existential crisis. It was awful. And like immediately after that I was like, well, first I'm gonna give this like a hardcore shot and put some effort into it, and if it still doesn't work out, then I'm just gonna do my own thing. But yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's neat. That we had more people live than another place? Yeah, I'm trying to put a little tiny bit of filter. There you go. I'm trying to give myself a little bit of a filter because I'm used to not having one. As I hammer away. And overall just trying to be a more positive, friendly person. Kind of taking cues from Lethal Frag on Twitch, who's amazing. And kind of the inspiration for the push to make this kind of turn into something. And it's not like I want to sell my stuff, it's like, new people would be nice. Like, that's it. It's like, it would just be nice to hang out with people. Yeah. Oh, thanks. Thanks. I'm definitely less resistant to being a little bit happier and more positive. And there's a few contributors to that too, and it's not just like I decided to, it's because I actually got a little bit of medication that just had the nice side effect of getting rid of my depression. Do you dangle too much? You don't. I love this. Nice. Okay. There we go. Beautiful. Sweet. Oh my god. These beads are like from when I was 5 or younger, maybe a little older, somewhere between the ages of, I don't know, 2 and 10. Because I don't remember. And the string they were on was rotting, and I decided to save them because I've kept them this long, so why not? Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking in September. Actually, I know it's like, why don't you do it now? I have to really mentally prepare to actually pair with someone. And I know you don't have to like voice chat with them, but I'm just always terrified of saying something wrong. Yeah. Oh yeah, that too. That too. Exercising super helpful in that. I sleep better. I have more energy, like, to be positive during stream instead of just kind of like a pessimistic jerk. Oh, I wonder if I should try to polish this up. I'll put it on and see how it goes. I'm right-handed. Yeah. I'll put you over here. Yes. Agreed. Absolutely agreed. That's right, I was gonna also... Okay, I can pry this off. Awesome, I can pry the other part of the clasp off. There we go. Come to me, my darling. Yes! Oh dear. Oh dear. There we go. Come here, little dude. Welcome to your new home. Nice. The misty eyes are real. It's like, I haven't worn this jewelry since I was a little tiny kid. And it's amazing that I can now wear it. I can wear it again without fear of, like, the string breaking and all the beads flying everywhere. Because even if this does break, the beads aren't going to fly everywhere. Does the clasp even work? Okay, the little claw dude works. Nice. I am also sort of getting better at recognizing jokes and sarcasm, which is a big help. Because I'm the fun killer. Alright, Chris, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. You have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you later. It was fun, yeah. Okay, pink hearts. You're gonna go live with your big pink necklace. I've already put this little tiny necklace on and it hangs beautifully. I can't move my camera, it is very stationary where it is, unfortunately. But, oh, that's right. No, we'll just pop this over. Pop that over. There we go. And let's see if we can put this on. Likewise, Chris, likewise. There's enough of it here that I don't need to fret. Okay. Oh, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Get on there. There we go. Okay. Now, are you round enough? Yeah, it's round enough. Oh. I like my bracelets to dangle, so like when I walk, it kind of dangles down on the hand, but... Oh my god. Chewed up thumbnails aside, I am very happy. I'm super misty-eyed and happy. And that's where I'm going to end the stream today. Before I get too stuffed up. Okay. So, yeah, thank you everyone for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Even if you are lurking, gotta love the lurkers. Lurkers are life. If you are new and you'd like to know when I go live, you can hit that follow button on Twitch. You're gonna hit that subscribe button on YouTube. You can also follow me on Twitter, at JasmoColors, where I do live updates of when I go live and other such thingamajigs. Yeah, I stream 5 days a week, and tomorrow is some digital coloring on some lines of Storm in Asgardian clothes. And once again, I want to say I appreciate you guys all hanging out with me, stopping by, even if it's just for a few minutes. It makes my day. Thank you, and I will catch you guys all next time.